Wow.
Okay.
Something that's piqued my interest at the moment is the word distilled milk. Now, it's been around a little bit on other social media platforms, and I thought, hey, I haven't tried this, I want to give it a go, and I thought I'd share it with you. So what is distilled milk? Well, simply all you're doing is you're getting your milk, chucking it in the freezer, and then you're going to thaw it. And as it thaws, the best parts of that milk is going to end up separated from the ice or the water crystals essentially, and we're going to make a coffee with it and see how that actually tastes. So what I did is I put some milk in the freezer and I've got it melting over here. So here we have it. It's been about an hour or so. It's starting to defrost and we've got 500 ml of milk. So out of 2 litres, basically we've got a 25% volume of milk out of the 2 litres. So you can see here, it's just basically ice and crystals there. So the theory is all the sweetness, the proteins, the good tasty stuff that we love about milk is in here. And it's time to make a coffee with it. I want to do a couple of things first. So I'm going to just give a little pour out here. Now, just from a blind perspective, this is just normal milk that we've got pre-frozen, and we've got our distilled milk here. So, quick little taste. Yeah, it's rich, creamy, a little bit thin, but nothing too crazy. I'll be interested to see what this tastes like. Wow. Do this yourself. I'm going to let you have that moment, but this is going to be exciting. So let's make some coffee. We're going to just standardly do 2 lattes here. We're going to use our standard recipe. And we will do 2 double ristrettos in some lattes. I think that's just a really good option for us to be able to compare these. Just following our normal recipes of 22.5 grams, using our NCD, and we're going to distribute and then do our automatic tamper. So all those sides of this experiment are pretty standardized. We'll get these 2 running together. We should get pretty consistent shot times here. Okay, so we've just got our normal milk here, which is our control essentially. We'll give that a bit of a froth up. Okay, so this is our normal milk. I might just grab another small jug. So we'll pour this one out. Get a nice base there, blending it all in the best we can, and let's be real fair, we'll just do the same pattern, so we're not really hopefully having too much difference. There's a little bit of milk left in there, but not a lot. So if I fill this up to about the same amount, because we don't want to be changing this experiment based on more or less milk and having stretching more or activating the proteins in the milk more to get a sweeter tasting milk. We literally just want to keep them the best we can. We don't want to change temperatures between the 2. We'll pop these out the side here. And try and pour out the same pattern. Get in there, create our base again. All right, so if we just looked at this from a quick, not super scientific side, but we basically have 2 same lattes, the same recipes in there. We both have a tiny little bit of milk there, different. And can I taste the difference? Well, when I tasted those cold milks, there was a distinct difference. There is no doubt that I could pick those in a lineup. How's it taste with coffee? That's smooth, balanced. It's pretty intense as a coffee flavour. We do have the double ristretto there. It's rich. It's got a nice little sort of butterscotch toffee kind of taste that's blending with our champion blend at the moment. When we go across to our distilled milk, let's see what that tastes like. Wow. That is like a totally different coffee. There is no doubt. Oh, that is yum. Where do I start? Okay, anybody should be able to taste this difference. That is distinctly a huge difference in flavour. Would you like to try the one over here, please, sir?
Sure. Okay.
We've gone to this buttery popcorn, honey, juicy, crazy flavour. Like beautiful caramel. What are those little chocolate, caramel squares? Jersey caramels. Like if I could say Jersey caramel, that is phenomenal. Wow, okay. I want you to do this yourself. If you can afford to freeze down a 2 litre milk and only use 500 mils of it, do this, have fun, and let me know what you come up with, because that is just like chalk and cheese. There is no doubt that freezing it and having a distilled milk is going to change your coffee to the next level. If we could afford to do this every single time on every single coffee, that would be the go-to. How did this all sort of start? Well, in the World Barista Championships side of things, people needed to work out how to make their coffee taste better, and they came up with this. They realized when they're traveling around the world that basically they wanted their own dairy to go with them, so they were freezing it and then taking it with them and making an amazing product. Vice versa, the other issue is when you're traveling around the world, you have to have a standardized dairy across everybody. So to be able to match a coffee to a milk profile, this was the reasoning why people were starting to freeze their milk. They could get overseas milk essentially shipped over and then start to play with it. If you weren't going to totally defrost that milk and leave those icy, watery crystals that are left over and have it this way, you would have a totally different milk coffee. There is no doubt. If you wanted to wow your friends, highly recommend doing this. Have a play and you'll be surprised with the outcomes, that's for sure. Are we going to add this to our menu here? I don't think so, because it's quite a timely process and you can only have so much milk that you can put in a freezer and then start to defrost. Has it changed my perspective of milk? 100%, because I've been off milk for quite some time. I've been drinking a lot more black coffee. It hasn't really, it's been playing up with my internals a little bit as I get a little older. But this coffee is nice and pleasant. There's nothing, abnormal about it. This is definitely a wow coffee moment. I want to do a bit more of a test with this and play with the rest of the team and see what they think tomorrow to see if I can make them the best coffee ever. So we might try and whack that up as well on some reels. But there is just a huge difference between those two products. I'd love to dive into the science of it a bit more. If anyone else has got some ideas there about what's happening here, put it down in the comments below. Let us know your experience. Have you done this? Have you tried it? What did you find? Did you enjoy it? Did you use a full cream, a light milk? Is it the same with alternative milks? I don't know. Maybe this is the start of a wonderful new journey for us to take dairy alternatives or dairy to a whole new level in the coffee industry. Anyway, hope that's given you some info on this new cool trend that's out there. Thanks very much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, do all those things. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.